life is harder than I like to think, but it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you just have to see the fundamentals of our life tonight. 'Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm moving my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. Killing time, we got nowhere to be. You're sending messages I can't ignore. You're contemplating, come here close to me. I'm bored at home, can't leave the house no more. But I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm losing my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. You, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. Quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart.
Hey, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good afternoon. Hey, Peachy Punch. Good to see you. Freeside. Hey, good to see you. Sarah Smile. Hey, snapped me out of Speakeasy replay. I think he just ended, didn't he? Yeah, pretty sure he just ended. Hey, Ghost. Good to see you. I'm going to throw you a link here. Anybody can come up. I want your thoughts on what y'all have found out. Hey, Ghost, good to see you, and Princess Ice. Let me drop down this link here. I'll throw a couple down. And y'all tell me what, I want to be honest with you. Let me wait for Sarah to come up before I start talking here. Hey, Gamer Girl, always good to see you. And Guardian Angel, we always need you around. Right. All right, so there's a couple links there. Princess Ice, good to see you. Ghost, Guardian Angel. I know you've been in there a long time there, Gamer. You had the most endurance there, I think. You went the whole time, I think. Good to see you, Spanky Ray. Ghost. Okay, well, I'll give it a minute and let people come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on down. The price is right. Hey, Dragon Mama, good to see you. Hope you're doing good and your babies. Subject matter is made for mature audiences. Trigger warning. Some viewers may find subject matter disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised for entertainment purposes only. We're going to be discussing that Ronnie King murder trial. And what we, hey, Catlin, good to see you. We're packing up to leave for the pool. I hear you, girl. Go get your tan on. Yeah, so, Sarah, I dropped a link if you want to come up or anybody else want to come up. Feel free. Turn down my volume on my phone. Let's see here. we've been cleaning our what we call our studio, which is off of the kitchen. And boy, do I miss that. I used to have these beautiful, gorgeous, real wood, heavy as heck. Uh, um, it was a divider, oriental with these big dragons and stuff all over them. And boy, do I wish I hadn't sold it. But it was a patch to move because it was so heavy, but it would be perfect to like separate our studio from the kitchen and all the grease that gets in here. So we've been cleaning and rearranging all day today, and my back hurts. So that's why I'm not on camera because I don't look so good. And I had gotten this spray that you put over your gray so I don't have to color it as often, and it was like, dang, freaking paint trying to get out of my hair. Yeah, I'm okay. My babies are outside right now, but I'm trying to house train Piper and Sassy. Well, good luck. I know that's not always easy. I like Speakeasy doing the trial, although I've heard most of it a couple of times. Sometimes you need another person to go over it. Yeah, I've never watched it. I'll be honest, I've never watched it. Just usually because it's, when you watch a trial, it's time consuming, and I always get pulled away, and I don't really get to sit down and really watch it. So I've only gotten to see bits and pieces of it. But I had a question I had asked Sarah that I didn't want to put out there on speakeasies, just because I'm from the South and I think he's in Canada. And we all know what the Deep South is like historically, as far as the Civil War, and how certain individuals have been treated in the South. And so, hey, Sarah,
How's it going? Can you hear me?
yeah, I hear you good. And
Okay.
so, my question out to you guys, as I was talking to Sarah earlier, was, could this have, was he a man of color in the Deep South that was also homosexual? I just have all these other questions about it. I would think being a mayor in Kentucky, which is the Deep South, a black gay man as the mayor, how did that even happen? Way before its time, right? And I didn't realize that my husband
Uh huh.
is Ernie's dad's age. Magnum is Ernie's dad's age. He was born in 60, just like his dad.
Oh wow.
I know. Isn't that crazy? He's the same age as one of our kids.
He was white. Sheila D says he's white.
Okay, so it was Rodney with the D that was color. Is that right? And that happened out in was it LA? The LA riots? I know when I go to Google
Oh,
it, I
oh, I
tend to
see.
get the other one pulled up by accident
Okay.
a lot, so
Okay.
that's why I had questions.
Oh, I see. Hi,
So I
chaotic.
I think it was Rodney with a D. Is that right? Rodney was the one that, and that was the LA riots. I'm asking chat here if I'm right here. I just noticed when I've tried to Google it before. Easy's right. This one is hard to find. You get more
Mhm.
on the LA riot guy
Yeah.
than you do this guy.
Mhm.
So tell me, I'll shut up and drink my coffee. You tell me what you
No,
thought.
that's so. I've been listening since I put it on, but I'm also doing a lot of things and very much getting ADD and trying to, like I'm doing jobs and here and this
Me
and that.
too.
So it's kind of more like I'm not very
It's
focused on
hard
it.
to dedicate that much time to it, isn't it?
I mean, I'm listening. I mean, I've never actually sat through it like a lot of other people have, and a lot of people that have sat through it say they always find something new. I've been seeing that comment a lot that they're hearing things they didn't hear before or whatever. But I'm interested to see the parts that he has coming up when I see some of the comments in the chat, like what people are saying about other parts or parts that were cut allegedly and this and that. And, I don't know
Parts
all
that
this
were
stuff.
cut, really?
Cut from other people's, like other
Oh,
channels didn't show
oh, oh,
this
trimmed
part or,
down. Yeah, trimmed down.
yeah,
Okay. Hey,
yeah.
chaotic. I've got several links out there. If anybody else wants to come up, I know
Interesting
she
though.
is a real big crime buff and knows this probably more than I do.
Mhm. Yeah, she is. That's for sure.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know anything about it. I just know when okay, how can I say this? Criminals hang out with other criminals. Just like shopping, a shopper hangs out with other shoppers. A heroin
Oh,
addict hangs out with other heroin addicts. Gamblers hang out with other gamblers. And so, how would you even know to ask Jimbo if he wants to buy some coins? You know what I'm saying? To me, things like that are red flags to me. How would you even know he would? I mean, how do you even approach someone like that? I know that there's people in my life
hi Renee.
that you would not approach with that sort of conversation, that sort of
One question,
dialogue.
yeah, one of the questions that stood out to me, maybe it's just because I hadn't heard it before, is when Jimbo was on the stand, he said that that he asked him, Shelby, do you know anyone else I can rob or something like that. I thought that was a weird question to ask somebody.
Exactly.
Felt like that was kind of strange. I mean, of course, I don't know the guy or anything. I don't know his mannerisms, characteristics. If he would say that to anyone, I just thought it was a strange thing, you know?
I understand this problem.
Yeah.
Princess Ice says, here's that was interviewed on video. It's very, very important. You have to listen to the part about Jimbo closely.
A
You know,
family.
for someone who was, you can't say he wasn't somewhat involved indirectly, um, because he was on the docket to be on stand. That tells
Hmm.
me he was, you know, and I wouldn't want to show that over and over and over because it doesn't make him look good either. It doesn't make any of them look good.
I think I need a notebook like
Ever a trial
Tamori.
that they were involved in makes them look bad. Say again.
I said, I think I need a notebook like Tamori had 27 notebooks because Princess Ice, her comment, that makes me want to take note of that. Like, so these are messages we could pass on to Easy where it's a fresh set of eyes. Like, we know all of us, everybody fighting in the chat and everything, everybody, no matter what you believe in, who you support, all of us have been here for like 2 years listening and learning about all this, and he's just getting hit by it all at once. So there's things I don't know. I'd like to know about this family that you're talking about.
Hey,
I
fugitive
want to write
recovery.
it
Good to see
down,
you.
kind of want to take notes so I don't forget these things. Maybe we could pass them along to him to look into it, you know?
Yeah. Whoever's in Discord with them. Yeah.
I can't go. I mean, I
It
wasn't going
it
to do a
bogs my
Discord
phone
again.
down too bad. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I went to click on the link to give them an information on how to do something only, and I wasn't going to join the Discord, and I didn't have enough room on my phone. I'm like, just as well, I'm not going to get it. Well, at least for now, anyway. I don't really care about Discords.
It really bogs my phone down, and I just got a new one, and it's like
Hmm.
"Oh, you've got too much on me."
Yeah.
Anyway, what else was I going to ask you about? Hold on, let me think back. Okay, so this is where I want some clarification because, like you, I don't know if you heard me or say you were coming up or whatever, but we've totally rearranged the studio today and mopped and cleaned and everything because our studio is right off of the kitchen, and so it was sort of like deep cleaning. So I really didn't get to dedicate a lot of time to listening.
Yeah.
I was going to burn it for you. Okay, honey. So I didn't get to like really get I had it going in the background in like every room, and like I would catch something and Kim would catch something, but I didn't
Oh.
get to, you know what I'm saying? So it
Hmm.
was like
Ooh, look at that.
I have questions if y'all don't mind. Was it or was it not Jimbo's gun?
I almost want to take notes. I'm laying in the sun, trying to get me some color. Um, that's interesting right there. I was gonna replay what I missed because I went to bed like probably around 2 again, past a little past 2. So I missed like from 2 to 8 something or whatever, you know. And like I said, I was just listening, so I missed a lot of stuff. And I didn't see the Ernie quit thing. He was on. He had just come on. He came on late, like around 1 o'clock. So I don't know how long Ernie was even on, you know.
I didn't get to see any of them
I was
on.
just gonna go replay that part, and then I saw you pop up. It's hard to
Yeah,
catch up to Speak Easy.
I wanted to get y'all's opinion of it before and ask, was it his gun? She says, I swear it was Jimbo's.
I
Okay,
couldn't say.
and I thought that someone said that he claimed it had been stolen.
Yeah. Hi, Manchester. I
Him and
think he
she was
just said that in the clip, but little shortly before he ended the chat when Jimbo was on the stand, he said he had reported it stolen from his bureau. I think it was missing from his drawer along with a box of ammunition.
That's convenient.
So I did hear him say that, like after Shelby and maybe somebody else moved some furniture for him. I think
When I
did
say
some
that's
jobs.
convenient, I mean just in the course of trying to solve a crime because the murder weapon that was used in my daughter's murder, it was a stolen weapon.
Hmm.
It was stolen from Charlotte and made its way all the way to Bessemer City. So it's like, I mean,
I I think someone in the chat said it wasn't recovered, the actual weapon. It sounds like I never really realized or listened to it as much as I have, with him replaying all this. I've just seen the clips and everything, but I didn't realize it sounds like it was a hack job. It wasn't done very well, you know? I've
the
heard people
murder or the
talk about it.
trial?
The trial, I mean, I've heard people say that and stuff, but when you see it for yourself, it kind of looks like it wasn't done very well.
Thank you, fugitive recovery agent. I appreciate that.
But I
So,
appreciate there's other people that have a lot of knowledge of it, or there's other people in your chat probably that have seen more than we've seen or followed it more.
hmm
Betty,
what happened I saw that she was snarky. I was,
I,
wondering about that because I thought she was pro Ernie. What happened there?
I saw I saw Gamer Girl's comments to her. It was kind of funny.
She was just friendly with him 2 days ago. What the hell? I mean, I
Uh,
don't get it.
yeah, I don't know either.
Was she just in a bad mood?
Could be.
Why did he the gun the police have is Jimbo's, but I believe it was another gun. Now Ernie had a gun. He shot his laptop, but the
Jeez,
hard drive was able to be copied.
there's so much I don't know
Gypsy, I
really.
heard about it. Thank you, Manchester Vicky. Yeah, it's a club I don't wish anyone to become a member of. It sucks.
No,
Hi,
I
Gypsy
wouldn't
in chat.
imagine.
Can't type much, but I'm listening. Good. I'm glad to have you here,
I saw
Betty.
you,
Hey,
Gamer Girl, last night when I was eating my food. I was dying.
why do you think things went south and he got down? Gamer girl, you were there. Tell us. Listen. It sounds like a frame job to me.
Something seems off to me or missing, but I haven't seen enough to formulate a proper opinion, I guess, yet. Just things don't
Fugitive
seem right from
recovery
what I've
agent
seen.
said, Gypsy, I know you're feeling about losing a loved one. Love you, girl. Love you too. Yeah, it does sound like and I hate to say this, but I'm gonna read something to you guys, okay? And I'm not being condescending at all. Oh, come on, phone. Hold on a minute. New phone. It's getting on my nerves. Okay, okay.
Dang, it's hot here.
Fuck, I'm just gonna use a lot quicker. Okay. The RICO Act. Under the law, the meaning of racketeering activity is set out at, and then there's the whatever, as currently amended. It includes any violation of state statute against gambling, murder, kidnapping, extortion, arson, robbery, bribery, dealing in obscene matter, or dealing in a controlled substance, or listed chemical as defined in the Controlled Substance Act. Um, this talks about organized crime when it's several people putting a crime into motion and executing it, bringing a thought or a conspiracy to fruition and carrying it out. Um, I think I have seen so much of that here online
Yeah,
that
right.
I have ever seen watching any gaudy footage. And when I look at some, I I wonder, because it isn't just one person or two people. It seems to be like a string of people. And if you cross the line and piss just one of those off, you have this, for lack of a better word, gang
Hmm.
after you.
Yeah,
That's just how it looks to me.
like a trickle effect.
It's it's just like from what I've seen. You
Gang,
ever
gang.
seen the City Confidential?
No,
You ever seen that series, City Confidential?
never heard of it
I
actually.
feel like it's like a first 48. This will like tell you what this city is, not what crime that city is infamous for. Um,
The hell?
and how the corruption in the city. You get what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't. Have y'all ever seen City Confidential? This kind of reminds me of something like that because of the mayor and because there is, the judicial, system crossing boundaries, crossing lines, dirty cops and that sort of thing. You're not going to get, there's not going to be a fair trial in little old towns like that in the deep south, especially when we're talking about, um, people that had extracurricular activities that a lot of people frown upon in the Bible Belt.
Okay.
They're out to get you and run you out of town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? With the powers that be, run you out of town.
Yeah. Hear
Caper
you.
girl, here in Pennsylvania, it's illegal to record. This state is a commonwealth. I hate it here. I miss Tennessee. Bless your heart. I didn't realize Pennsylvania was. How do we know Jimbo didn't saw the ping down to the hammer? I don't know. What's weird to me is when Shelby asked Jimbo, yeah, yeah, why would he go to him? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Why are you having that sort of dialect to begin with? I mean, someone that, is priding themselves on being a pillar in the community, you don't go ask, hey man, who can I rob?
Mm, That question. That question stood out to me as being weird. A weird thing to ask. But I don't. I also don't know that guy or his, like I said, mannerisms or anything.
Right. Right. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it answered questions or left more questions.
It's weird, Tracy. That's actually what I said a few minutes ago. I think I said it before you came in here. The exact same thing you said.
Jimbo has guns, so he would know how to saw it down. Hmm.
Not my area of expertise.
Y'all tell me this. Um, do you think that Shelby will ever tell more than what's been said, or do you think he said all there is to say from his standpoint?
I feel like there's something more.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I almost feel like something more is coming. If that makes
Mm-hmm.
any kind of sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It
And I
does.
don't know anything, and I'm not claiming to know anything, but something
It's
stands in
just
my
a
mind.
feeling, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, because and this could be far fetched and have not totally nothing to do with it, but for some reason I feel like there's a connection. Remember when Rap said there's a surprise coming this month? I feel like it's linked to this. I do, and that's just my guess. And I don't have any knowledge of it, and no one's told me anything. I'm like, is there
You know, we're
some kind of
just
a upcoming
empaths.
court? I don't know. I just feel like court's coming. Yeah,
Hello, though. Good to see you.
I feel like some kind of
I
court's
haven't
gonna
seen you
come.
in
And
forever. I'm in PA also. Definitely sucks here. Does it really? There's a large religious community there too that has a lot of power. The Amish, they sort of have
yeah.
their own court system. Hmm.
Oh, it's Lulu, Orange Lulu.
I
What's
haven't seen
up?
her in forever.
Me neither.
Um, my thing is, why would Shelby go rob a man he was friends with and rented from, and in a town he knows he would be caught? Go to desperation. That's easy. Desperation.
That'll make people
Criminals
do
don't
anything.
think like that. They don't think it through like that.
Yeah,
Why do
there's
they
no
go?
tomorrow.
Why do they go rob CVS for pills, knowing that they're
Hmm.
on camera? I mean, that's desperate.
See, these are all the missing pieces we don't know. Like like what Renee's saying right here.
Shelby was forced into a plea deal due to guards saying he
We have to do
kidnapped
the
the
Cliff Note
guards,
program.
and the guards were messing with his food.
I gotta return to Speakeasy after his nap, I guess. Keep listening.
The good old deep south.
Kidnap 2 guards.
I
Yeah,
didn't
he
know
was saying
about
something
that.
about food. I didn't. I don't know that either.
Well, how do you feel about it? What if you were in the on the jury pool? I mean, I know we're nowhere near the end of it, but how do you feel? Where are you leaning toward?
Right now, I'm more perplexed about how decisions were made and how things were handled because something seems off and not right. Like I can't. It feels like I can't believe this ended this way. I guess you could say with what I've heard so far.
No, I have
Like,
not.
were people lazy? Like, did they not do their job? Like, it just doesn't
Right.
seem like where I am, it would have ended the way the
Well,
things I heard that
I'll
guy
tell you the
saying.
answer to that. It's money. You
Yeah,
don't get a really good defense when you're in a poor town.
yeah.
They told me that about my daughter. I expected this, that, and the other, and they were like, "Well, you need to go back up to Winston." You
Right.
know? And they just don't spend a lot of money when they don't have it.
It's not over. I don't, yeah, I don't think it's over. I feel something's coming. I don't know what.
But do you feel like, let's just say, you're having your friends over and you're having a barbecue, and after the barbecue, hey, let's go on inside and watch me on this murder trial, and you pop popcorn, you're sitting there. Do you feel like everyone would leave the party thinking, yeah, I'll come back? Or do you think it'd be like, honey, we're never going to go over there again? Right?
Right?
I mean, why would he want to show this shit like he does and then have his channel named after that? To me, it's like, this is what you bring me in, because your channel is your home.
Hi,
This is what
traders.
you're going to bring me into your home and show me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Money is the root of all evil, yes.
Oh, hell yeah. Hey, good to see you, traders.
Too many lists in that case. In that Shelby case. Liars, okay, yeah.
Would you lie to help your sister in a murder trial?
No,
What if you didn't think she was guilty?
I would present it as that and just that, honestly.
What if you felt like she was being railroaded?
I would state that too and represent the best I could. I would go based on what's before me, but I wouldn't be bribed or try to be sneaky about it. I mean, if somebody did something like that, then they gotta face it. It wouldn't matter to me, and no, I wouldn't be sneaky about it, but that's just me. You have to face your consequences. But I've also been more motherly to mine than sisters. Because I'm the oldest girl.
Okay, on that note, and I'm not being condescending, I'm just, things that popped into my head as I just read Rika. Now I'm gonna read this. Would you cover for your friend or your brother? I'm gonna read the definition of morals. A person's standards of behavior or beliefs concerning what is and is not acceptable for them to do. So, um, I wish I could put this in a way that didn't offend. Let's say this. Let's say you're Robin Hood, and whoever Gargamel or whoever is out to get you, and everyone loves Gargamel because Gargamel's this wonderful man in the community, right? Um, what do you do?
I think I know who Gargamel is.
I don't know. It's funny because back in medieval days, it was a sword fight and it was over with. Now there is no end game, is it?
Mhm.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't have a sister, but if my brothers were in a, what is that? Probably be into it.
She's probably involved too. That's
Oh, okay.
what I'm thinking.
Ronnie King just loaned Shelby money and always did before, if I remember right. Why would he steal from him? He was set on fire. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Are you
sounds like it
serious?
was brutal. It was
I haven't
brutal.
gotten
It
to that
sounds.
part yet.
Yeah.
Don't spoil all that. I won't watch it if that's. I would let them face the consequences if they did that. Phew. What if it was your child?
I mean, I just can't imagine that, so it's hard to even think like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I, you know,
It's so far
being raised
fetched.
being raised the way I was raised, I can just see my mom smacking me on the back of my head if I tried to lie. So and I feel that when just the thought of it, it's like I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to lie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't sleep. I wouldn't eat. I would be thinking about it constantly. Wouldn't you? That's called a conscience, by the way.
Yeah.
Some people aren't born with one.
Seems that way. So here's another thing I didn't know. So he's known him before and he loaned him money before? Oh my lord. Beep beep.
Beep beep.
Beep beep ran somebody's toe over for me yesterday. I like beep beep.
Oh, girl, I know it. Read that. Girl, you know it's true.
Ooh, I saw L.
Ooh,
Kennedy
ooh, ooh.
posted a
Love
video.
you. Me too, Gypsy. If I lied or cussed, I would have gotten a whooping. Yeah, I mean, and there were major consequences. Let me tell you some of the my mom was mentally ill and she did cross the line and was arrested for child abuse eventually, because she maimed us. Not maimed us, she killed me once, but anyway, no. um, my point is, when she was being a responsible disciplinarian, she would have me like write sentences. I will not lie. I will not lie. Or the commandment, thou shalt not tell a lie, because my grandfather was a preacher. And so she would incorporate some religion in there. And so I always felt like there was a eye in the sky watching every little thing I do. And so lying is hard when you grow up that way. And you're like, I'm gonna hell, right? So you don't lie. So I just can't imagine, even if it was my child, I wouldn't physically be able to do it. You get what I mean? I wouldn't physically be, I would be sick. I would be all, you know? What about you? I think you're that way too because you're anxious and you have a you know an honesty about you that I think it would make you nervous and anxious and sick if
Yeah,
you weren't telling the truth, right?
yeah, yeah.
That's morality. That's called morals and having.
I'm sorry.
I used to say people are either born with a give a fuck or they're not. That's being born with a give a fuck. You have a conscience. You have empathy, but some people don't.
Yeah, it's too strong
And I'm going to
actually
tell you what I
sometimes.
heard today. I heard him say, and I think it
Oh
was
boy.
Gamer Girl that gave me the quote. So did you tell Ern that you killed your old boy? Does that sound like empathy? Does that sound like any sort of I'm sick on my stomach just the thought of it? Or does it sound like I'm eating popcorn going, hey, I heard you I killed old boy?
You heard that quote? You heard it said like that? I must have
No,
missed that part.
the way that Gamer Girl wrote, I think it was Gamer Girl. Was that you, Gamer Girl, that wrote it that way? You old boy. It was quoted. Did you tell Ernie that you killed old boy?
Oh boy.
Let me see. It was over at what you call it today. Easy. And I said, because that was one of those moments where I'd stepped away and I sat back down. I said, are you serious? No empathy. No, oh, I'm sick on my stomach. No, it wasn't you. I'll go back and look.
These comments are
If
killing me,
anybody
so
is
keep it.
aware of that conversation after the fact, he played it apparently. She said, no, not me. Yeah. And so I thought, I would be so like, just, I mean, so did so seem to, yeah,
And there's still
yeah.
more coming up, right? We're not even done with his part. Isn't there more? And now I'm curious about this family somebody mentioned earlier, like Princess Ice, the family interview, whatever that was about. I hope somebody sent that to
Hey,
Speakeasy.
Anissa.
Hi, Nessa. Hmm.
Hey, old Kennedy. He did a lot of his ums. I don't, I don't know, man. This whole thing this is why I've never watched it before. It makes me feel sick on my stomach that I know these people. I don't like knowing people like this. You know what I mean? I don't like, you know what I mean?
I just didn't feel like investing the time to watch it beyond the clips that were being played on the on shows or channels, you know. So and I have never sat through all of it, and these comments are killing me.
Mm-hmm.
The scooter and Game Girl, so I keep getting
What was
distracted.
the funny one I saw last night? What was it? Um, Social Security check. I'm wore out, even though I only work 1 day a week, 1 day a month. I don't think you've written there, but the name was Social Security check. Because boy, I'm
I saw that
tired.
name a couple times pop up off and on when I was looking. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
That's funny. I
I'm
like
gonna see
funny
your clip.
trolls.
Yeah, I saw that you posted something, El Kenny. I'm gonna watch that too later on. I just didn't get to see what it was yet.
All right, one more question. Um, did you take my poll?
Oh, I just found it right before your show. Yes, I did. Those were interesting polls. Did y'all participate?
Sorry,
It's okay. I like a good poll.
said the stripper.
Good one.
Yeah, I was pissed off. I don't know what I was listening to that just made me mad. It was like, boy, this is just like I won't say it out loud. I'm from a police family, me too. I hate knowing these type of people exist. Never mind they are in close that me too. Me too.
Hmm. Yeah,
And that is so funny because we're so paranoid of strangers. And what is it they say? It's usually someone you know.
true.
It's usually someone you know. 2 days ago, you will not believe this, but do you remember me telling you this story? Maintenance. You remember me telling you that story?
Yeah, I think so.
Maintenance. And
Mm.
the women would let him in. Albert DeSalvo, the Boston Strangler.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was his MO, and he wore a maintenance outfit because it's sort of what he did during the day. And
Yep.
it happened in our city 2 days ago. Someone was that they were RA, and that's how he gained entry. I was like,
Mm.
damn, I wonder if someone watching my show. There, I put it back out in society. But anyway, that was exact. You got to be conscious of not paranoid, but damn it, be cognizant of who you surround yourself with. Even
Mm.
maintenance people.
Yeah, true.
Like I'll tell you this. I have felt uncomfortable when I was a single mom, and I remember putting Amanda up on my hip and just saying, I'm going to go check my mail. And I left the maintenance man in there. He gave me just a bad feeling. I would just leave. I would just get my baby, put her up on my hip, and go, bye. You can have
Hmm.
a freaking apartment and everything in it. Not to get off, I digress. Me either,
Yeah.
Sarah Smiles. I have not watched any of it, but just highlighted segments about 30 minutes worth. I just can't get into that trial for some reason. It's intense and it has the feel of it. Me too. I want to say that without saying that, but there you said it. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. Is that what you're saying, Gamer Girl? She said this Mama T there.
about about the comment under that one, I caught a few minutes of it, and it looked like it was some people confronted her about some things that have been circulating, and it didn't appear to
They
be
asked her
going so
about it, and
well.
she said that the lady that she did it to said never mind, so everybody just shut up about it.
Yeah, yeah. She said
She
it
was
wasn't true
forgiven,
though,
and that we needed to too.
but she also said Nicolene is a fat-faced liar or something like to that effect. So I'm pretty sure it was those exact words. I could be a little off though. Um, and so a couple other things like that. And I don't know. I don't know how it ended. It just I saw that it disappeared. So
That is very disappointing that turned out that way.
hmm
You sound irritated today.
she said she was busy working. Me? Oh, I'm not irritated. No, no, no.
Tell me how you're doing today. What's going on in your world today? Tell me about you.
Nothing really good. I can't say anything. I mean, I thought I might go to the beach again, but I'm just a little bit probably sun fried because I was trying to, get a little sun. I don't really do it that much, so that's what I was just doing prior to this. So I'm just like, how you get like a little burnt out from the sun. That's just
Yeah,
how I'm feeling. Probably
yeah.
cool off after this.
Vitamin D overload.
I don't do too much sun at a time. That's all.
Well, we've been like working around the house. It is so, and we're trying to get the car running. It needs a starter switch, and then it needs a key.
Oh,
So the
that
key has to
sucks.
be made by a locksmith, and that's got a chip in it, so it's going to be
Oh
outrageous.
yeah, the chip keys cost more. That's right. Yep.
And the car lot that we got the car from, I used to work for, and he was also our competitor when we were working for his neighbor. Long story short, we call up to see. It's been this long that we've been by there, and they're gone. They're like retired. Bye, see ya. No forwarding address, no nothing. I'm like, well, where do we continue making our car payment to? He's like, well, they did that, automatically draft, months ago. And I was like, but my gosh, oh well. Yeah, I guess when people retire, they just up and go, see ya. That's sort of like that. But anyway, and they were in the wrestling arena for years. I think they actually still are locally. But anyway, so happy or congratulations to retirement to Frank Myers. She got it last night. She will keep getting it till she shuts her dentures up. Game girl.
Nice
Jimbo
choice of
said the
words.
insurance was paying the rent from his. Huh?
Let me switch back to my chat. I missed
Let
that.
me read that slower. Jimbo said the insurance was paying the rent from his mama's house fire, but it was
Sure.
arson and the insurance would not pay it off.
Hmm. I know if
I don't know anything about that house fire now.
I know nothing about it either. No details. I just know typically if something's listed as arson and or like they can't. I wouldn't say they would pay on it
All right, now I'm
unless
going to
they.
ask you a question, and just hear me out. The way that we did not know anything about the trial, and the way that we knew none of the details about the fire, and how we didn't even know if Ronnie King was white or black. What the hell were we doing over there defending him the way we were?
I hadn't really thought about. I mean, we like for us, we were already like we first started. We found the YouTube with through Ernie and stuff, so we were there. You know what I mean? And we learned about it. I think for you too, we learned about the trial much later on. Like we didn't even know about all that stuff right away. At least I didn't till like way after.
How did all these people already know Kemper and the stand and all of it? Because they
I never
followed
knew
them from
about them.
Facebook?
I never
Me
even
either.
knew about the stand.
But I feel so stupid and naive, and you and I are critical thinkers, yet we weren't critically thinking if we were over there blindly.
It
And if
hadn't
we
come up
didn't
in
know
conversation.
details, we were blindly there. I feel
It's
kind of
just like
stupid.
to me, it's like another channel that I just didn't know about. You know what I mean? Or didn't go visit.
Right. I'll do my due diligence next time, is what I'm saying. I've learned I
Yeah,
will do my due diligence next
everything
time.
could be a learning lesson.
Right, right. We pride ourselves on being critical thinkers, yet we weren't critically thinking. We were just there for the ride, you know? Are
Yeah,
we just hippies? Do we just
it's
go
just
along
not.
for the ride?
Yeah, it's just not something that had come up for me. Or
Yeah.
like I said, it's just not a channel I visited or knew about.
Hmm. Deep
Like
thoughts.
the Bernie Smell clips, for instance, when those came out like
Yeah,
not too
I'd
long
never
ago.
seen those
I'm
before.
like, yeah, I had never even knew about it. I'm like, what? You know? Nope, didn't even know
Yeah.
the channel existed when that was going on.
I'd never heard of Anthony Greeno.
No, me neither. Not so chaotic.
But we were die hard for these motherfuckers, and we didn't. What were we doing, man? We had our cheerleading outfit on and pom poms. I feel like we got suckered just a little bit. We were passing out pamphlets. Go to the stand, yeah, yeah, woohoo! The stand, go, woo! We're like, well, what do you stand for? I got no idea. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
That's a good point, Manchester Vicky.
Yeah, definitely.
I wonder if anyone else has got
That
anything
is so
scheduled.
true. And when Discord happened, sorry to interrupt,
No, that's good.
it kept you tired. And when I was learning about cults, as I was there, as because I've been in, unfortunately, I've had brushes with Scientology and with the occult, along with other things that were fundamental Christianity, and only to later find out that that's pretty much a cult. So, and so
Yeah.
I have fallen prey very easily because my brother told me one time, you base your religious community off emotion, and he said that's very dangerous. And here I've done it again and again and again. And I'm an emotional person, and that's what bipolar is behavioral, emotional imbalance, and so that you've always got to keep, in check. And so I'm constantly, second guessing, my perception of everything. And, that's why I ask you, is this what I think I see? Is this what I think I see? And I probably drove Alicia batshit crazy, asking her constantly, is this what I see? Is the sky blue? And I would put my faith in her perception, which is not her fault, it's my fault that I felt the need to do that. That's handing over your reins to your horse when you do that. So you have to take ownership of how you see the world, and just do your due diligence, which I did not. And I have no one to blame but myself. So everyone, what is it, dances to a different beat. And the beat to my drum changed, and red flags went up that made me not feel good about myself anymore. And if I'm there based off emotion and you're making me feel bad, I beat my feet.
Reggie, I think you need to get a DoorDash app.
Am I
Reggie in the chat.
babbling?
No, Reggie in the chat's asking if we sell things randomly, and I'm saying go get DoorDash. Hook yourself up. Get a DoorDash.
Who is Anthony? I don't. Anthony Greeno.
And well, that's a whole nother story.
Or Greco.
Chaotic's friend Cold Truth does a lot of I guess you could say shows about him. Deep dive. Chaotic's done a deep dive into him. He's a bounty
CBD
hunter.
is like within is it 3 blocks from me? They have the Delta 8. I don't need anything stronger than that. Tobacco? I don't do tobacco. I am in the cigarette capital of the world, Reggie. Google Winston-Salem, North Kakalaki. Cigarette capital of the world. I came in just in time to whack a weirdo. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh my gosh. And this is Thriller. Rapper's here. Thriller. See,
Hello, rapper.
it's Michael Jackson.
That was my childhood idol.
Yeah, me too. I love Michael. I thought I was Janet. I was Janet or Apollonia. Sometimes Vanity. Yeah. I wanted to be dark. Yeah, so I don't know what to think now. I mean, there's so much more, I guess, to go back to. And when's he coming back? Does anybody know?
Who's
When's he
that?
starting back up, or is it all over? Is that all he's going to show us? Easy.
Oh, yeah. When he said nap, I don't know if he gave a time. That was a question I was going to ask too.
Do y'all know when he's going back on Gamer
He's been
Girl?
doing marathons, and I want to know if anyone else is going on today. If anyone else has anything scheduled, let us know so we don't miss it.
Yeah, he's making good money, huh?
He seems to be, when you look at him, he seems to actually be interested too, because he seems to get lost in it. When you observe him, he really seems to be kind of fascinated by the whole thing too at the same time. But we got 2 years on him, so it's hard to cram it all in,
That's awesome. Never silent.
Yeah, folks. Huh. I remember that interview, actually.
I wish I knew how to stream and do commentary so I don't get, like everybody else says. Is it every minute or every 3 minutes?
I thought it was every 1 minute.
Every 1 minute?
Yeah.
Because I would love to watch the Michael Jackson trial with everybody. Wouldn't that be cool?
That could be interesting.
Yeah. So how did you think the rant show went yesterday?
I enjoy a good gypsy rant, if that's what you mean.
You can too.
Yeah.
If you feel like, cracking knuckles on somebody.
I enjoy traders. You know?
Pulling a Lucy Van. Oh yeah, Traders is awesome. Yeah, totally appreciate her and Ghost and Peach,
Yeah,
Nicolina, all of them.
yeah,
They've been awesome. Catlin been
yep.
fantastic. Yep. And Izzy's help. All of them have been awesome.
Yeah, that's good. She's
Um,
helping you with that stuff.
yeah. Um, and Ricky. I mean, he's always got the taco truck out. So
Yeah, that's good. Gotta have tacos.
gotta
I
have a
haven't seen
good
him today.
bouncer. Gotta have a good bouncer. It's hot as hell. I can imagine a truck driver right now. Could you?
That would suck.
No, okay, real quick. Let me go over. It's almost an hour and I'll let you go. Let's see right
Has
here.
it
It's
been an
just,
hour?
it's already been an hour.
Wow.
I know, doesn't it go by quick when we're just babbling?
Yeah.
Hang on, let me go over this real quick here. Who's here? Another one bites the dust. And another. I went over to Kick and watched some of Doug.
Oh, is he over there?
Yes.
So he
No
moved
thanks.
completely over there? Yeah, so is that
Yes.
where he is? Oh, okay. I didn't know
Yes.
that.
Yes. Want my
Does
opinion?
did he take a lot of his does he actually have all his YouTubers back over there?
There's a
Did you
lot
notice?
over there. There's a
Oh,
lot over
okay.
there. Yeah.
Wow.
He was just a whining and a pitching, man. It was like, well, I'll come back. He'll come back when he's not throwing things.
I didn't even know why he got, lost his channel to tell you the truth.
I'll tell you what I was told. He says it was because he was reported and flagged and this, that, and the other. I read it was very simple that he was told to change the logo because the likeness was too much like Sherlock Holmes.
That's it?
Hey, chaotic. That's what I read over on Twitter.
Wow.
That's what I read on Twitter. If people know differently, please let me know. I'll share
Well,
that later too if I can remember. Don't get mad
chaotic.
at me if I forget. But yeah, there's a word, and in it it said, "Be sure to use your own artwork."
Hmm. Especially something copyright or, famous.
Yes, exactly, and apparently that was too close to it. Okay, let's see here.
Sounds like an easy enough fix to me.
What was I gonna go? Okay, this is what I wanted to ask you guys before I closed, and then we'll go and we can go see if he's back on yet. Um, y'all know that Leslie Van Houten was let out, cult member there, and I also shared a child marriage in America. I shared two stories about that. Soft white
Oh.
underbelly, child bride. I shared that, but real quick, what did y'all think of the autopsy being put behind a paywall
Oh
and
my
some
gosh.
of these YouTubers being called out on that for the Gannon Staunch case? And if you remember what happened to him, can you imagine what they must? And they're behind a paywall. What can y'all tell me y'all's thoughts on that real quick?
Hmm. Way too many thoughts.
I can't believe it. I
I
can't
don't know
believe.
what channel
Where's your
even called them out.
mind to even Google something like that? You know?
How did they, first of all, obtain this private stuff? Why do they think they have the right to it? Why do they think anyone needs to see that? How can they disrespect a family? Like, there's really, you can go on and on. Who gives you the right to do that? And how could you profit off of somebody? What happened to him? That's beyond disgusting. Who are you
Okay,
to think you
now
can
with
make
what
money
we
off of
know
that?
that Ernie is guilty of, do you think that he's ever done anything so vile as this? Do you think that she should lose her channel?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyone that
I
does something
agree.
like that, and I think they
Helen says
might
she
even
just
take legal action.
requested
I would
her.
take legal action personally if it's something that I would imagine can be done.
Thank you, brainworms.
I mean, as somebody, I mean, as somebody that's lost their child, if that happened to you, wouldn't you want to take legal action
I
or
would be,
punish them to the highest degree you could?
yes, yes. I,
Disturbing.
where is your I guess you're thinking of like paparazzi here, where they couldn't sell Lady Di's photo fast enough immediately after the accident. So
Hmm.
those type people, those that have the camera out instead of the 911 out, right?
Hmm.
Natasha Cooper is doing it too.
I saw
Natasha
two
Cooper.
names tagged yesterday in a post. It was Natasha Cooper was a troll name that I always saw coming around here even, and I don't know if there's a real Natasha or if there's a troll Natasha and a real Natasha,
Hmm.
or if it's the troll that we used to see that was doing
I
it. That's what
I
I don't
agree with
get.
that, Guardian Angel. I don't think that Ernie killed Ronnie King at all.
But people did bring up good points in the chat, such as if that guy, if he was able to break zip ties, like, didn't they say like three, four, five, 6 times or something like that? It was multiple times, wasn't it? The person was so strong they broke the zip ties. If they were strong enough to break all those zip ties and struggle like that, and then they struggle through the duct tape and everything, how was one person able to get them with duct tape if they were so strong and fought all that? That was a good question in the chat, you know? For one person to be
Hmm.
able to manage somebody that strong. So that got me thinking.
I'll have to look up who Natasha Cooper is. Thank you for that, guys.
I saw, like I said, I saw a post with it said Zev, and then it said Natasha Cooper, and somebody else did like a little clip on it that they
Hmm.
both did it. But and they put it behind Patreon. But why would you want to pay and be traumatized to
It's
see that?
disgusting.
What's
I could.
what's good about it? Why would you pay for that?
It's, I don't.
I just think of the family. That's all. Like, I just think of the
I
family.
mean, he
Like
was a
knowing
little
that people
boy,
are.
y'all. He was a little boy. It's not just a story. He's a little
It's not
boy.
entertainment. It's not
No,
entertainment. It's
right,
not for your gore fast action.
right.
Like, no. It's just not
Anyone
something you.
selling access to a child's photo, deceased or alive, is disgusting. Anyone paying to see them is as well. No one should see them outside of the actual people on the case. I agree, chaotic.
Yeah, it shouldn't have got out. I would pursue legal action. That's just my take on it.
Well, someone up here said it's not against the law yet.
If it was
Two
something I
people.
could do, I would. I don't know all the details, of
I
course.
would go
Like,
to Congress. Yeah, I would do
but I
something.
don't see why anyone's deceased child's photos floating around should be then somebody else's right to make money and sell it to others.
It's just, here lately we're getting a really bad rap. We need to calm the hell down with how we're behaving. I think that there should be some sort of protocol, decorum when it comes to handling child cases. I mean, I'm not trying to say when um, they're trying to take away my right of speech. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there just needs to be etiquette.
Etiquette for sure. It's just why would you want to see that? Why would you want that visual? Would that not haunt you day and night? For
I
me,
know it.
I would be so traumatized. I wouldn't get it out of my mind, and I just don't know why you would want to pay to see that horror.
There's a case that I wish I had never, ever, ever read about. I'm not even going to talk about it. I won't pass that on.
That's just strange. I don't understand. I guess I just don't know enough about it beyond my first initial shock of it. I guess
I
I just
like that idea,
outraged.
chaotic.
Feel outraged for the family. That's all. No matter how it happened or why it's allowed, because it just shouldn't be.
That's why I have gravitated toward trauma because I can handle trauma more than I can some of the details of these abuse cases. And
Mm,
my household doesn't like hearing them. They'd
yeah.
much rather hear me do a parody of Leslie B.
Oh,
Just kidding.
I like parodies,
Um,
but you know.
It's all
I wouldn't
about the
do that one.
Benjamins. I can't imagine someone paying for that though.
No.
Yeah, I said I was just kidding. So
Okay.
grabbing somebody out of the sky there.
Mm,
Hmm.
yeah.
Let's
I
see, shoot,
understand
shoot.
chaotic.
Let's see.
For
I
real.
agree. I agree. That's what I was trying to say earlier,
Here's
that I
something.
didn't want to go watch because I didn't want to know that these people were in my circle. You know? It's kind of unnerving, you know? It's
Never know.
unnerving to know criminals, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know? They call that risky behavior when you befriend criminals. Well, I'm gonna head off here, and I wanted to put in a good hour and get everybody's opinion on those two things. I appreciate everybody coming.
Anything else? Okay, let's see.
Not really. Anybody else live?
Let's see what she has to say. Exactly. And sorry to hear that. And yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, could never. I mean,
Hey,
like,
sweet Robin.
I know for me when I had to take a call from the medical examiner, you know, and I don't know if it's a standard procedure or it's just the etiquette of the guy that I got, but he went into the most graphic details about my sister and her baby that I don't know if that's just part of the job standard, but it left me with a I couldn't report some of it back to like another family member because I got so traumatized by it. Like, I don't know why he gave me such horrible details. Is that like part of the job, or was it
I
just a?
don't know, but
And
I
I
know
even asked him.
exactly what you mean. And
And I said,
it,
How do you
yeah,
do this for work? I said, well, how do you do this? Can I just ask you how you do this for a job, sir? And he said, well, somebody has to do it. And I thought about it, and I said, well, true enough, but it's like I couldn't help but ask him that after he was done, you know.
this is how it went down for me. I woke up, and my husband, I woke him. We were staying at my sister's at the beach, and there was a balcony, and I said, I got a bad feeling. Something's not right. We went out on the back patio and started to smoke a cigarette. And we come back inside. You could hear the ocean and stuff on the patio because we lived directly across the street from the beach. And so I thought it'd calm me down sitting out there smoking, but I was still anxious. And I went inside and we started to lay down. We turned off the lights, and we get a phone call. And I grabbed the phone, and he said, "This is Detective Arndt with Gaston County Sheriff's Office. May I speak to Cynthia Weiss?" And I said, "This is she." He said, "Are you alone?" And I said, "No, my husband's here with me." He said,
That's
"May
what
I
they said
speak
to
to
me.
him, please?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Why? I'm here. I'm awake. You can tell me." And he said, "Ma'am, please, please let me speak to your husband." And I knew, I mean, if a cop can't tell you, it was going to be bad. So I handed it to
He,
him. And she had been hiding from a local drug dealer who had kidnapped her, robbed her, beat her, raped her. And she was going to testify against him. And he is now literally a vegetable. But long story short, um, he told my husband. And because he didn't tell me, my mind went, when I went to sleep, I had horrible, horrible, horrific nightmares of what might have happened. And even though he would tell me, no, she was shot in the back, no, she was shot in the back, in my dream, that's not how it went down. And I would be riding in the car and look to my, over to the passenger side. This is in my dream, and she would be there with, wounds, and I just had horrible. And then I went to a medium. This is why I've brought Tara back into my life, and she let me speak to my daughter through her, and I knew that I'd gotten closure and I could go on, and I stopped having those horrific nightmares. But it took years after hearing just let me please that this, and his voice was like, it's bad,
so
it
he
must
told
be
you over the
bad.
phone. They told you over the phone?
I was like 4 or 5 hours away. They had to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was at
So,
the beach. And she was
well, for
outside Charlotte and Gastonia.
well, mine was in another state, but what they did was the state troopers contacted my state, and then they came and were pounding on my door at 4 in the morning. And when I opened the door, and they were just standing there, and they did the same thing to me, and
No,
they
they
asked if
needed
any.
names of people
Oh, they came.
immediately. They
Okay,
couldn't wait for that shit. They were
they just put.
immediately looking for people. So
Yeah.
yeah, they were like, "Could you name some people?" We were, this is what's happening. This is, what's going
Yeah.
down, and they needed names immediately. So they had to tell us
Hmm.
so that they could search for everybody.
I see. I thought they just send people in person to do it, or
Mm.
like send the police to tell you. I wasn't sure, but that's how I found out. But my
But
trauma,
you're right.
the worst one was from the medical examiner though for the details. That's the part I didn't like. But
Yeah, I got
too
real
late, too
mad.
late,
I got real
too late now.
mad. I'm ashamed. You're. Jeez. I'm glad that her father was able to step up to the plate and make all the arrangements because,
Yeah.
you know. And when I left the trial, there's a photo on the front page of me walking out with Senator Jeff Jackson and my husband and my son, and I'm crying. And they were like, why don't you feel victorious? We got a really good because I'm not leaving with my daughter. You don't feel, and those children over there aren't leaving with their dad, and she's not going home with her newlywed husband. And I thought, how can I feel victorious about any of this? Everybody lost. None of it felt victorious at all. I just felt sad for everybody.
Yeah, but you fought hard for, you know.
So many lives changed that night over a pissing match between men.
Yes.
Anyway, so that's that. But I know exactly what you mean. Getting that. Um, I can't. I don't. They. We went to go meet with the DA and the assistant DA for, pretty much heads up. This is how it's going to go. This is what we know, and that sort of thing. Let's exchange notes. And they accidentally opened the file, and my husband's face just like.
Oh no.
And I looked at him and I said, "What is it? What is it? What is it?" He goes, "You cannot let her ever see that." And he slammed it shut real quick. And they were like, "Okay, we won't." And so they
No, I
put
would
up this
never.
big, I guess like a chalkboard hiding me from seeing anything. But they had a mason jar, and Jeff Jackson, he did this with the mason jar. He said, "This is her bullet." And I leaned back, and I could. That's what I remember the most about it was that the bullet in
Jeez.
that mason jar. But he said that he had to put that up so that the jury didn't see my expressions, that would weigh their decision.
Oh, I see.
Because, they had me Clonopin up. Man,
Yeah, I
they were like,
imagine.
Clonopin will help you. It literally burns your memory. I don't know if anyone's ever had any dealings with Clonopin, but it will literally chemically burn your memory. And so they put me on a dose where I remember seeing a family there that I was surprised that was there to back us up, namely my ex husband. And I was surprised at just the outpour of community because I didn't feel like I had any there, but I did. And the judge was fantastic. Jesse Caldwell, who's now retired, but I did have support in that time. I thought I was going up against, but
Hmm.
it just, I remember that standing up and looking at the courtroom and feeling the support, and I remember the bullet in the mason jar. And I remember the little lady that got up. She was holding her grandson in her lap, and a bullet grazed his head when the house was shot up. And she said that she went to Amanda right after she was shot. And she said all she did was holler out, "Oh my God." And bam, she was shot in the back and she went down. She
The
aspirated.
the
Immediately,
witness.
it ricocheted all over her organs. So she,
The
that
witness was
was
there.
it. Huh?
The witness was there
Oh, there was a house
that
full of
they
people
found.
there.
Yeah, I
There
didn't.
was,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't
yeah,
realize.
yeah, there was a shit ton of people there. So anyway, then her boyfriend, pulled her over, flipped her over, and robbed her of all of her money, all
Jesus.
of her pills, her credit card, bank card. So yeah. So am I missing people here? I can. Yeah, I guess that's another reason why I haven't watched the trial. It's a trigger.
Mhm.
It's definitely a trigger.
One thing
But
I
I
found
do. I
out that
do
was
feel
kind.
like.
Oh,
Yeah, I do feel like that this court system in Gastonia was had their shit together more than Kentucky
yeah, it
did
sounds
for
like it.
Ernie. Oh yeah, yeah. So that's that.
For me, one thing that was nice that I found out later on after it happened, not too long after the incident, but a random guy on Facebook had contacted another friend of mine, and I guess this person was there on scene when it happened to her, and they said they held her hand and tried, but they held her while it happened toward to the end, and they said they felt like the spirit going through her, if that makes sense.
Wow.
And they were there, and it like really touched them. So that was kind of, I guess, in a way, touching to hear that at least somebody, a stranger or not, was there and could relay that back to me.
When I went to after the funeral, I wanted to go by where it happened, so we drove all the way down from Pilot Mountain, where she was buried, back down to Bessemer City, outside Gaston County, where she was murdered. And I got out of the car, and yeah, I was high on Klonopin, but that's what I needed at the time. It
It's all
served its
right. It
purpose.
happens. All right.
But I felt it was a stir in the air, and it circled all around me in that yard. And I said, "It happened right here. I know it happened right here. She's here. I can feel her. I can feel her literally, like
I
she
believe
was."
it.
And she went up. I felt like she just went up, you know. And it brought me closer to God in that moment, because I thought, wow, there really is, something to this. But yeah, you definitely when you go there, you know, I don't know. I don't go to Gastonia often. I'll put it that way, because it's you feel it. If you're an empath, you fucking feel
Mhm.
that shit.
Mhm. Yeah.
Whether you want to or not,
Oh yeah.
you feel it, man. I know you do too, right?
Yeah. I get sick easily and everything from negativity and stuff. It really affects my body a lot. Yeah.
Right.
Even being around people like like crowds and stuff, like when I went to the wedding, it usually will take me a couple days to recover. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's why I tend to be alone or do loner stuff like the beach stuff, because of the draining, what
Yes.
it happens to me. It's almost
Yes.
like a hangover. It's like a hangover, if that makes any sense.
Well, let's go see what's stirring on the YouTube streets. What do y'all think? Thank
Yeah,
y'all for
no,
listening.
we didn't mean to
Sorry I
be
got
downers. Just
sorry
happens
I got
sometimes.
sidetracked. We were talking about when you get that call, and Sandy said,
Sometimes
when
we need
they
to let it
say,
out.
"Are you alone?" It's going to be one of those calls.
Hmm.
Yep. And it usually happens in the middle of the night. I wonder why. Crime, I guess, usually doesn't it? I don't
Yep.
know. It always happens in the middle of the night.
Well, if you are going to be ending just because you are, I want to tell anyone that's listening looking for something, only because we were just talking about this subject, what just popped up in my notifications is
Please
Queen
tell
Bee is,
us.
yes, to change the subject, Queen Bee is live and she says, Zab Girl explains why she didn't upload autopsy photos to YouTube. And that was 7 minutes ago she went live. So they're literally talking about that on Queen Bee right now.
I've never
If anyone
watched
wants to.
her.
I have
Okay.
sometimes when nothing's on, you know. And
Okay.
sometimes the lives are long, but sometimes the stuff applies to stuff we're all talking about. And some people we know are in there sometimes.
Thank you, Lulu. I appreciate that. Yep. I love hearing the birds in the background of you. It's cheerful. I love that.
Can you hear them right now?
Hmm.
Can you hear my waterfall? I put waterfalls around. I have 3 different waterfalls in my yard. That's why I always say when I walk by, I'm not peeing, I'm not doing a rip, because it helps with the zen, the
I'm
atmosphere.
always in the bushes. I'm also in
It's to
North
help
Carolina.
relax.
Went through a similar. I'm sorry, I feel your pain. Thank you for
Oh,
sharing that. I appreciate that. So I'm sure you've heard of the gas house.
I love when people in the bushes do that.
They call it the gas house. And what's the other one, honey? G Town. G Town. There was a movie made about it called Little Chicago.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's all my dad when he said he had that beat as a cop, he hated it because it was dangerous. Yeah, he said it was the only time he had ever been shot at. So he's like worried about my grandson all the time. And yeah, I tried to call the other day and they're like, "You're so crazy worrying about him. Why don't you worry about your own nose?" I'm like, "But
It's
he's
only
not
natural.
here."
It's only natural.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it went down, lady. I don't know.
I think when you have other stuff happen too, it's only natural that you're gonna worry even more. So don't worry about being told about worrying. It's what we do.
I love you too, Peachy. I
It
love
is
all
what we
you
do.
guys. Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate
Yeah, you
it.
guys have been great.
Yep, we'll see y'all over at you said Queen Bee's, right?
She is talking about the Zab stuff if anyone's interested. Unless
Yeah,
and
I am
and you know, I
definitely.
don't know if anyone else is going live. Please put it in here if anyone has anything planned so we don't miss it later. Because I'll probably be looking at Speakeasy replays that I missed all overnight
Okay.
if I
All
don't
right,
hang
we'll
out at
see you
Queen
later.
Bee's. All right,
Okay.
see ya.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Good to meet you, Santa Say.
Oh,
Carolina Beach. I
actually,
love Carolina Beach.
White Rabbit just went live too.
Oh, she did. I missed her last. Oh, yeah, I've popped in there. Where is
Where
your
is your
story that was
story?
posted? I heard you mentioned it yesterday.
Oh, traders, you mean? Or when I was talking about my life? That was on Kel's Bells, one of Kel's Bells' last live. The one where I freaked out. Is that the one? Yeah, it's Kel's Bells Live that has a picture of traders on it. That's the one that Sarah had her little freak out.
Some traders. What was it called?
I'd have to
Uh,
look for the title. I don't know. It's just it's one of Kel's last lives. It might be the second before, or just it might be the actual last live she had. But it has whatever the live is titled. It has a picture of traders talking in her bedroom as the cover.
okay.
I just don't remember what the title is, but it'll be obvious.
Okay. And PG says the White Rabbit is live.
That yeah, White Rabbit went live, and then if you're interested in the Zav autopsy stuff, that's on Queen Bee. So you got
Oh,
two
absolutely.
options.
Never silent. I sure will. Okay, cool. I hope I
We
got your
shall
email.
see
Do
you
I
all
have your
around, I
email?
guess.
I hope I have your email, Never Silent. You put it on your about page. That's right. That's right. Okay. All right. We'll see you all in a little
All right, see you soon.
bit.
Bye.
Life is harder than I like to think. it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you just have to see the fundamentals of our love tonight. Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm moving, my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. Killing time, we got nowhere to be. You're sending messages I can't ignore. No contemplating, coming close to me. I'm bored at home, can't leave the house no more. But I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm losing my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. You, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart.
Thunder takes a snap. Ball pitch out to number 28. Ronnie King on the right side.
Go, Monty, go, 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 go!
He's got green grass in front of him. He's at the 5. Touchdown!
Woo!